there can be this energy that it is impossible to change the way that the internet is today. Just quit the internet, just stay off of it. But I feel like we're losing sight of the possibilities that the internet offers. When you look in the mirror at something and you notice the cracks in it, that's just an opportunity of different ways of seeing. My name is Annika Hansteen-Izora. I use they, she, he pronouns, and I'm a multimedia artist, designer, and writer. I grew up on the internet. The first iteration of the internet looked like pages with information, but there wasn't really an interaction happening between people. And that changed once we had things like Facebook create the like button, once we had advertising come into play online. We started having more of these concerns around surveillance and algorithms and privacy, and really going towards this landscape where we have very large companies defining what it looks like to be online. But those companies weren't really thinking of exploration and play and connection. It was designed from a space of monetization and from surveillance. The current state of the internet is nefarious. I don't think it is worth thinking that these platforms can be reformed. What I'm more interested in is building entirely new platforms that have connection and safety and care in the design roots from the start. I was raised by both Black gardeners and Black technologists. I always have been looking through creativity and technology through the lens of an ecosystem and a garden-like space. Digital gardens is an approach to thinking about how online spaces can be built from the idea of a garden. So spaces that value interdependence, that value multiplicity. Gardeners are the users themselves. A seed might be a text thread, it could be a song, it could be a clip of a video. So the gardeners are taking these seeds and tending to them through water and sunlight, which can be thought about as the practices needed to grow that knowledge into a different and more tended to space. Some examples of what a digital garden can look like where I work, Somewhere Good, which is an audio platform that is thinking about the connections that we can have online. This platform also works in a nonlinear format and has multiple people coming together to answer discussion-based prompts, adding to a sonic archive of knowledge. We wanted to design Somewhere Good in a way that went up against hierarchy. The way a lot of social models are designed online, the more likes you have, the more followers you have. That's supposed to be an indication that what your content is, and thus who you are, is better in some way. But we're thinking about what authentic connection can look like online. And to us, that meant removing hierarchy, and that went into the design itself. The internet is becoming more and more entangled with our day-to-day life. It can be overwhelming to think of all of the different harms that are happening in the current technological landscape, but really, small actions lead up to these larger structural changes. So just start with, how do you feel when you are online? How is this actually serving you? A radical tech future would feel like freedom, would feel like care, would feel like deep intentionality, would feel like making space for joy to exist. And that's where I want to look to cultivate hope for myself. I think there is a wider possibility for freedom than people imagine.